Evening gang, so tonight we're doing a nice easy quick dinner, a stir fry. So first thing that we're going to get done is our noodles. Now the noodles that I've got, they're ready to wok 2-minute things. I'm going to take 1 pack of them. If you've got the dry noodles, just cook them accordingly to what it says on the packet. But what I tend to do is just put them in a saucepan and then I'll just cover them over with boiling water. Okay, and they'll just soften nicely, and it don't matter how long your stir fry takes, they'll just be nice and soft. You won't have to really do anything. If they are a bit longer noodles, put them on a low heat and just let them boil away, but I'm just going to let them soften up in the water. That's all I'm going to do. Ingredients today, we're going to be using garlic, red onion, mushrooms, sugar snap peas, pepper, soy sauce, ginger, mild chili powder, salt and pepper, and whatever meat sauce you're going to use. I'm using the king prawns. I've taken them out earlier, defrosted them and made sure they're nice and dry. If I'm using chicken, I'll cut it into fine strips just so it cooks a lot quicker. Okay, so first things first, I'm just going to chop up some of our ingredients. So I'm chopping up some garlic, and make sure you sharpen the knives at home, guys. Use the back of another knife just to sharpen it up a little bit, and cut that garlic. I've used 3 garlic cloves for this one, just because we're enjoying the garlic at the minute. It's not too strong, so we're using a couple extra. Okay, so garlic, we're going to use red onion. Little tip again, cut through the middle, and then you're not going to be crying too much with your eyes. Cut down the middle, cut around the edges, and then we're just going to slice that into small chunks. Doesn't really matter how good you're chopping these guys, so it ain't really about looking nice for us. We just want that nice dinner. So I'm going to take away that outer layer now, and I can get that red onion skins off. So I'm just going to chop that now into smaller dices, so whatever way you cut your onion, go for it, but don't cut the root off straight away, because that's the bit that makes your eyes water. So cut from the base or halfway. So I'm just peeling that outer layer off, and then I'm chopping some nice little shapes for that stir fry. So while you're doing all this, your noodles are just softening away in your pan. If you've got it on a low heat, if you have got that them dry noodles, not the 2-minute to wok noodles, just keep an eye on that pan. So that's my onions and garlic chopped. The reason why I want to chop it early is because the stir fry is a nice quick dish. So if everything's cut and prepared, it just makes it so much easier. I'm going to do my mushrooms as well. I'm just going to cut everything up ready to go in that stir fry. And then kind of the thing that takes the longest to cook, that's what you throw in first. So if you're doing chicken at home, the chicken would be the first thing to go in. So I've just chopped up 2 or 3 mushrooms, 1 red onion, 2 garlic cloves. I've got some sugar snap peas, they're going to go in as well. And I'm going to chop the sugar snap peas up, I'm just going to put them in whole. So my red pepper, little tip for the red pepper, cut the stem off first, and then you can lay that flat, and then just cut around the seeds. Okay, that's it, just cut around there, and then you're left with that midline. Okay, you can get rid of anything else, that just comes off, easy peasy, straight away. And then for your stir fry, we're going a nice bit of texture in there, so I'm just going to cut them into lengths. So it's coming a nice amount of food here, and there's nothing really that's too calorific at the moment. Everything's just nice, bulky, filling, flavoursome, not a lot of calories. Now, because we aren't using a load of noodles, we're not using a packet each, we're just using one pack. I'm going to bulk it up with that veg, so we are using another pepper as well. I'm only using it because it's left, so I've got to do the food chop tomorrow. I'm getting rid of everything what I've got left in one dish. So there's that pepper again, just get rid of that base, get rid of the seeds, and then nice long lines for my pepper. That's the way to do it. Nice long, chunky pieces of pepper, ready for that stir fry. Okay, I think that's pretty much done now. That's all my ingredients chopped up, ready to go in. Okay, that tea towel's ready for me to use. So, nice big pan, saucepan, whatever you got, use that. And we're going to get the oil out now. So I'm just using a nice olive oil. I'm going to heat up my pan first, get the gas on. That's it. So now with the stir fry, pull it from the edges, and that just covers the whole area of that pan. If you just do the base and it does go to the side, it's just going to stick there, especially the noodles. So my pan's heating up. If I were using any fresh ingredients like a chilli or fresh ginger, I'll just chop that up now, ready to go in first. So I'm going to let that heat up a little bit. I'm going to get my little spatula. So all the ingredients now are chopped up. I'm waiting for that to heat up a little bit, feel that heat, and we do want to hear that little bit of a sear on this one. So I'll give it a few seconds. You can turn the noodles up or down depending on what noodles that you've got. Mine are just them soft ones, so they're just soaking away nicely there, ready to be added right at the end. Okay, I'm going to attempt this now, hopefully we get a nice sort of sound. There we go, lovely. Okay, so everything is going in there now. So we've got the garlic in there, we've got the red onion in there, we've got the sugar snap peas, we've got the pepper, we've got the mushrooms. That's going to sizzle away nicely. I'm just going to use this last bit of this hot bit of the pepper. I'll just put a few extra bits out of that. Just going to finish it back a little bit more. That's all in there. So everything's in. I'm just going to get all them flavours blended. That's it. Just get a nice bit of heat to all that area. Okay, then I've put some oil all in the edge of the pan. Nothing should stick. It should all stay nice and lubricated in that pan. There we go, so all that nice flavours now are coming together. So now we're going to add our extra seasoning, all that's in there. So my extra seasoning is going to be some ginger. Like I say, if it was fresh I'd have put that in with all the other bits. I'm just using some powdered ginger, that goes in nicely. A little bit of chilli. Okay, same again, I would use a fresh one if I had any left, but I've used more on other dinners. Bit of pepper, bit of salt, and to add a little bit more flavour, I've got some soy sauce here. That's going to go in, and I want to save a little bit to go at the end as well. I have got another bottle of that. So that's all simmering away, lovely. Okay, all their flavours now are all blending together. Perfect, get a nice bit of texture on there. Now if you have any other ingredients like some nuts or anything, you could chuck down as well, just to bulk up that dinner. So the colours are looking fantastic on that. Yeah, dead easy. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to turn up a little bit of heat on my noodles, okay? So they're just going to give it a little bit more warmth in there, and you can just mash them up with your spatula. You could even put some flavour in your noodles if you wanted. Put a bit of soy sauce, a bit of garlic, salt and pepper. Get that flavour in there. And it's a nice, quick, easy dish I'm just getting some more soy sauce. Okay. So sprinkle a bit more soy sauce in there for that bit of extra flavour. My prawns are defrosted. They're just waiting to go in, and they can cook quite quickly. So if you've done chicken at home, make sure it's cooked thinly, and that will just mean it will cook very fast. The thicker the chunks of chicken, obviously the longer it will take to cook. So my prawns have dried out nicely. Okay, I just had the frozen prawns from Aldi, defrosted them in a bowl, cold water with the tap running, and just left them for the afternoon then in the fridge. So I'm just going to drop these prawns in now. Okay, there's a good amount of prawns there. In they go, in they go. Okay, so that's our prawns in now. So we're going to get all them flavours mixed around on them prawns. Okay, now you can hear that searing noise has gone away. So we're just going to turn up the temperature now. Okay, we just want to cook them prawns through. I've got 2 plates to go in my oven just to warm up the plates, so my stir fry is nice and can cool down. So our plates are in the oven, just warming. Prawns are going to cook through now, and they're just going to soak up all that flavour. That's perfect. Okay, we're just going to clean up the kitchen now, and we'll come back and check on that in 2 minutes. So we've just tidied up the kitchen now. Noodles have softened lovely, so I'm going to drain the noodles out, and then I'm going to add the noodles to our stir fry that's just bubbling away nicely. Just put it over. So get your noodles ready. Make sure they're nice and soft. Try and drain all the water out from there. We don't want to go into the stir fry to dilute that flavour. So my noodles are going in now. Okay, now we've got a little handy tool here just to share the noodles out evenly. So just try and share them out so they're not all clumped together. So add 1 little spoonful first. That's it. That's it. Get the noodles in that flavour added separately. There's 1 load of noodles, and the next batch comes in separately. Like I say, I'm putting them in individually just so they get a chance to separate, else they'll all just clump together and you'll just be left with 1 pile of noodles, and when you come to place it up, someone will get more than somebody else, and we don't want that. It's shared out evenly. Okay, so they're just getting a last bit of flavour on the noodles and the stir fry. That's all going in nicely. Perfect. I'm just going to whack up the heat now, and last source of flavour for the noodles, a bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and then same again, just mix that all in nicely. Okay, and that looks absolutely stunning. Okay, I'm going to get my plates out of the oven. I've got nice warm plates. There we go. Okay, that's nice piping hot now. Don't want any cold food. Turn the heat off. And then I'm going to get my little tool again, and we're going to pick out some nice, okay, look at that, okay, absolutely beautiful. I'm going to plate this up now, take a photo, hopefully you enjoy your stir fry. Enjoy.